Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us, viewers. Remember, we are live on Synergy Network Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. with a rerun the next day from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So while viewing Real Talk, viewers, we just want to let you know that Real Talk is offering you 4% on fixed deposit. We are the highest financial institution that is paying 4% on our fixed deposit. The highest interest rate you could ever get on our fixed deposit, it is at Real Talk. So remember that, viewers. Remember, you can also be a member of Real Talk Credit Union information also. Those of you who are looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. Remember, I'm a licensed money lender. You can contact my office from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday at these numbers that you are seeing on screen. 339-1670, 242-7690, 238-6716, or 267-7325. So that is our office numbers, viewers. Remember, it's only at Real Talk. And very soon, viewers, hopefully from next week, we're going to launch Real Talk Wrecking Service. That's right. Real Talk Wrecking Service. So you have a wreck to move, you want something to move from point A to point B, transportation, a crash vehicle, you run off in the night. From next week, we're going to launch Real Talk Wrecking Service, viewers. There is going to be a number for that, so stay tuned to Real Talk during the course of the week and we're going to release a number for that. So remember, viewers, we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. Remember that. Those of you having spiritual problem, remember you can contact me also. So as we start our program tonight, the Ministry of Education, Dr. Nian Gasby-Dolly, have stated that every effort is being made to ensure that teachers receive their back pay by Christmas. Gasby Dolly said the new permanent secretary in her ministry, Jacqueline Charles, was working with the counterpart in the Ministry of Finance to ensure that teachers receive their back pay by the end of 2023. The ministry explained that early childhood care and educational, that is the ECCE facilities, were put in place for parents of young children who are working on their back pay to ensure the process went smoothly. Now, viewers, Finance Minister Colin Imbud, during the 2024 budget presentation, announced the payment of back pay for public servants, including teachers, by Christmas. Listen to this.
We have provided $1 billion in back pay for those 37,000 public sector workers who have accepted our offer of a 4% increase plus increase in some allowance. I am also giving today these 37,000 public sector workers an undertaking that all ministries and agencies involved will be provided with the necessary funds to pay this $1 billion in back pay by Christmas of 2023. And I am requesting all permanent secretaries and accounting officers, by way of this budget statement, to immediately start preparing the paperwork to achieve this Christmas deadline for this $1 billion in back pay payment. And they better do it too. They better do it.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, while Klangenberg is boasting that he's going to pay it by December 2023, our dearly beloved Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley subsequently revealed that a permanent secretary in a ministry said that back pay could not be done by Christmas and suggested it could be achieved by next year, which means 2024. So listen to this.
The Minister of Finance comes to the Parliament and tells the Parliament that he will find the money and will take steps to ensure that public servants are paid by Christmas, by December. Appears going to write the minister and tell the minister that that can't be done until next year, May. Well, they don't run this country. They never offer themselves for public service. And the cabinet will not tolerate that. I just told you. Appears so no. Next year, May might be earliest. There's a government in this country. Right? And the government will do what has to be done.
So Trinidad and Tobago, it was later revealed that the PS in question, Kurt Myers, was in the Education Ministry. Myers, who had gone on leave, was later transferred and replaced by PC Charles. Yesterday, Gasby Dolly said the new PS was doing what is required for a permanent secretary. So Trinidad and Tobago, the PS that said back pay could not be done by December 2023 belongs to the Ministry of Education. Now, Gasby Dolly is saying that the PS is doing everything in its power so that there could be a back pay for teachers come December 2023. But the permanent secretary before Myers, Myers who gone on leave, she said it couldn't be done. It couldn't be done. So Trinidad and Tobago, we are going to wait patiently to see if teachers will be getting their back pay come December 2023. It's just a few weeks again. A few weeks again for Christmas. Let's wait and see. What goodies are there in the basket for the teachers of Trinidad and Tobago? Call a good night.
When I decide, Saieed, you raising some good point there. And the thing about it, we are seeing this country just reach to a place where like they playing hopscotch and marble pitch. Because I mean, you have Imbo saying something else and Rowley saying something else, Kamla saying something else.
Correct.
We cannot have this country running an automatic pilot or running the way it's running.
We're running in a hopscotch mode. We're in hopscotch.
Marble pitch.
Yeah.
We can go over and channel. I mean, it's stupidness. And we have Kamla now saying, Griffith saying now that he's not going to enter the crime talk.
He's going to back down to the yes.
We have to do something to get this country moving forward. Kamla not going to win no 41 seat. No, not in this way, not in this time at all.
You finished with the video?
Rowley and Kamla have to put wheels on the heel. They have to put roller skate and roll out of this blasted people and have this country like this really going right now. I mean, we are suffering. Look, I live in Fatima here. And the crime is so bad. In the
It's
church,
sad, boy, it's sad.
You can't walk the road. I mean, long time we saw a police here coming and a group of police whole night and search every house. We here see a police in the back here for almost 10 years.
Wow.
I mean, what is happening, law-abiding citizens? I want to leave this country, and I don't think that I could sit down in this country and put myself, because I had to defend myself. And if I had to defend myself, you know what that means? They'll come for me.
Thank you, my friend.
When the citizens start defending themselves, then they will get to come for you. But they can't hold the man. They tell them, look, the fella in Tobago, where they shoot the man with the money, even and show the businessman.
Yes, yes.
Now, how many days now? You see that just now? How many days the man waiting for it to come and do something?
Nothing.
What is happening in this country? Do they really care about the citizens? Rowley and Kamla, they had to get out or go somewhere, kick the backside out.
Thank you, my friend. So while staying on the ministry now, viewers, I want you to look at a school in Tobago had a fight. Look at this. I want you to look at this. Look. The whole classroom gang up against one student. Look at that. I want you to look at it carefully after we go talk. Look at it. That was sent to me. In Tobago. The whole class. The whole bloody class. Against one student. And you see what happened to her? What happened to her? Battered. You think that right? Come back to me. You think that right? What steps? This is 2023, almost coming to a close. What step did the Ministry of Education took for bullies in school? What step did they take? 1 year down the road, Gatsby Dolly and her damn ministry did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. How many students have been suspended this year for bullying in class, for causing a fight? How many? How many? Let me tell you something. Gatsby Dolly collecting that money. You think them care about all the children? You think them care about all the children? No, they don't care about all the children. Let me tell you something. Some of them ministries and them, their children should end up in school and end up being bullied and kicked like dogs. They should be in school kicked like dogs. Take what I'm telling all you. Starting from the Ministry of Education, some member of the family. Let me tell you something. If Gasmi Dolly have a little child or something, go to primary school, boy, let me tell you something. That child, I Saieed Ali saying it. That child should have ended up in a jam in school. Let me see what Gasmi Dolly going on do. I said it on television. If everybody afraid to say it, principal afraid to say it, police afraid to make arrest, I telling all you, Gasmi Dolly, she family, or she should have a child going in school and they get bullied like all I just see on television. Let me see what I do. Let me see what would I do. But your child going to school and being bullied, there is no problem. Gasmi Dolly to give one shit about them. You understand what I'm telling? Let me tell you something. It's too many children have been bullied and taken advantage of in school. And the education ministry in Trinidad and Tobago did absolutely nothing. Nothing. You tell them care about your child, they make care one shit about your child. And I will continue to say it. They don't give a damn about your child. But let your child retaliate. Let your child retaliate and cough out their eye, or cough out their teeth, or cough out their ears, let their ears bleed. Then all you go want to take steps in it. Look at the thing what happened on Laramine. Because of the father is some bad John. The son bullied the next child in school. Reports upon reports upon reports. And the school did absolutely nothing. Get the damn child out of school. Get the bloody hell child out of school. You think Gaspi Dolly care? You think them care? As I Saieed Ali saying on national television, their family or Gaspi Dolly should have a child going in school. Go back up that video. Start from the beginning. Watch closely. You see how that girl is being bullied? That should have been Gaspi Dolly's daughter. Who vexed loss? That should have been she niece. That should have been she cousin. That should have been she sister, daughter. Come back to me. Let me see what they would have done. I Saieed saying it. Come and tell me something about it. Unless you're not in the fire, you would not feel the heat. It's stinking sad. Let me tell you something. You good enough to fight. Let me rephrase this. As a student in the school, you're there like the rest of students, the rest of children, you're going to learn. You're going to take an education. You're going to learn to be better off in the next 5 or 6 years. But let me tell you this. As long as you feel you're good enough to slap some other child, you're good enough to go YTC. You're good enough to go YTC. You think I care about some police? No, I don't care about no police. You slap my child, so help my God, I will light a light on your head and rot in your hand. Who vex, you know? Who vex, you know? I don't care, you know. But just how a policeman child will go to school and he would be abused, the policeman will want to take steps. He don't care who child had to feel the heat, you know. Or the open heat on his child. A normal man, what they going to do? They depend on the ministry, they depend on the police. You think the police care about some child getting fight in school? No, they don't care. They don't give a damn about it. What is the board doing, the ministry board? Absolutely nothing. You know why? It's not their child get beat up. It's not their child get beat up. It's not their child ending up with a damaged throat, damaged ears, bruise and marks all over the face. It's not the board child. They don't give one shit about all their children in school. I telling all you that. I telling all you that. So I want to hear now what the schools in Tobago going to do about this bullying that you just saw on television. Let me tell you something. Me was the principal. I expelled the whole classroom all go home. You know why? The principal school gets in a bad name. John Doe is the principal for Canaan Primary School. Who get the bad name? John Doe gonna get the bad name. And that's where the Duncy head principals now in society do not understand. They carry the bad name because they are the principal. And I will stink up your name on television. Don't take step and you will see something. Don't take step. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, hey, Trinidad is easy, you know. When we come back, you're going to hear TTPS detect and solve just 18% of crime over the past year. 18%, not 18, no. 18. We'll be right back after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
So welcome back to Real Talk viewers. Remember, we are offering you 4% on fixed deposit. Just now we launching Real Talk Reckon service, and you can be a member of Real Talk Credit Union. So viewers, Real Talk growing. Very soon we're going to be opening Real Talk Finance and Investment in Guyana. We branching. They can't stop Real Talk, you know. They can't. So TTPS detection and solve rates for period 2022 to 2023, September 2022 to September 2023, stands at just 18%. This is according to statistics provided by the Ministry of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, MP, in a written response to Parliament. According to the breakdown, the detection rate for murder is around 13%, with police solving 83 out of 663 murders for the period 2022 in September to 2023 in September. The detection rate for rape, incest, and other sexual crime, you want to know how much it did? 14%, with police solving 120 out of 843 cases. At only 4% solved for larceny of motor vehicle appears to be the greatest challenge for TTPS officers, as 43 cases out of 1,090. Call a good night.
Right, my lord, how are you going?
Go right ahead, my friend.
Where the back pay this man talking about giving these workers and them? This man already budget. Where name Whatever the hell they call him. We have potential to give him back pay before Christmas and before the year done. Back pain these people again, and garbage man suffering and getting more back pain and more rubbish out there for 3 days picking up CPF work, the government work, and they have 7 days work for them and 7 days meals. And we have to work 3 days for them. No, they can say, man, have a thing they call labor board. I say they have a union for that. For that government.
What do you think about the police solving crime?
Boy, it's all kind of thing.
What do you think about police solving crime in Trinidad?
But I don't know, them like they caught and crime.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, meanwhile, Meanwhile, 22 illegal immigrants were today detained by officers of the Cedros and Erin police station for illegal entry in Trinidad and Tobago. What do you think is going to happen? So let me give you a little rundown of what's going to happen. 22 illegal immigrants entered Trinidad and Tobago via Cedros. They were picked up by police. They're going to be handed over to immigration. They're going to go up to the facility, the heliport, and a lawyer is going to contact these 22 illegal immigrants, which they're going to be held in an inhumane condition. And a magistrate in Trinidad and Tobago or a judge in Trinidad and Tobago is going to award them $1 million, $2 million, $3 million of taxpayers' money goes to 22 illegal immigrants. Trinidad and Tobago is the very same thing I was saying on a previous show. That magistrate or the judge sent the wrong message. So much of prisoners in Trinidad and Tobago prison right now, they are probably in an inhumane condition. But you know, no lawyers in Trinidad is going to pick up that. But some individuals from another country enter into our country without proper documentation and they walked out of the court with $2.4 million. So 22 individuals now, not Trinidad and Tobago nationals, they were held. Are they now going to get a lawyer to represent them? And the magistrate or the judge now is going to award them millions of dollars, TT, for being kept in an inhumane condition? That is the reality we face. And I tell you, it's going to happen soon. Look what's happening now. Look what's happening now. So let's talk now that Trinidad and Tobago. Call her good night. You stick your the click. Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines is confident that members of the Defense Force reserves who had been called to serve over the Christmas and Carnival period will play their role in providing safety and security to the population. In a proclamation dated October 30th, President Christine Kangaloo called out 100 officers to reserve for 123 days from October 30th to February 29, 2024. Kangaloo said the objective of the call out is to strengthen the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force capability towards provision of a safe and secure environment during the pre-Christmas season to the 2024 Carnival period. These call-outs are not usual and have occurred around the same time in 2001. Meanwhile, speaking about crime-fighting issues, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley revealed that Cabinet has approved 50 new vehicles to be used by TTPS and Defense Force. Rowley said these vehicles will all be branded new and added for the months. TTPS has been trying to buy vehicles through the normal bureaucratic process, but that has been very slow. Who said the Prime Minister bypass? He bypassed that process then. The PM said we need to have the soldiers and the police out there immediately. Did he bypass protocol? Did he bypass procedures? Did he? I'm asking a question. Rowley said these vehicles will be added and all be brand new and added, that for months the TTPS has been trying to buy vehicles through the normal bureaucratic process, but that has been very slow. So did he jump the process? What happened to rules and regulation? What happened to that? You see? They will do what they feel, not how process run. So I'm looking for this man. Polchan. Premnarayan Polchan. I'm looking for Premnarayan Polchan. Premnarayan, would you contact me please tomorrow? And also I'm looking for Ibrahim Ali. Ibrahim Ali. So viewers, I'm looking for these two persons, Premnarayan Polchan and Ibrahim Ali. Would you all please get in touch with me very soon? Who vehicle is that? So we're going back to our story now, but listen to this.
As I speak to you now, the last meeting we had, and one of the things that came up is that there isn't enough, they don't have enough vehicles to be able to put more people out in certain situations in terms of patrolling and bringing about police defense force. We took immediate steps to get the Minister of Finance. We're in the process right now of funding and buying vehicles from the showroom, because the process of buying in the long way, they've been trying to buy vehicles through the normal bureaucratic process. VEMCO and the police commissioner office, that is now going on for months because these are slow process. But we need to have the soldiers and the police out there immediately. The cabinet took the position, if it is vehicles they don't have, go in the showroom and see what is there. We've done that. So in the next week or two, you should see another 50 new vehicles to ensure that when the soldiers want to go out with the police, that there's no impediment of no vehicle. So that's what we do. That's the kind of thing we do. We support as far as we are able to ensure that they are resourced to respond.
So I guess he jumped the gun there from the process. But I say the Minister of National Security, and he's also the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. State on Keith Rowley, he stated that Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has no authority to operate as a referee when it comes to any truce among criminals. The PM was responding to an article which reported that a peace agreement facilitated by the police have been reached between two notorious gangs affiliated with a number of murders and recent killings in Port of Spain. The TTPS have since denied this ever happened. I always say on television, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, is the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago and knows exactly how many gang members, gang leaders are there in Trinidad and Tobago and where they are located. Al-Rawi, same thing. Regional Ammo is the same thing. What is stopping TGPS from arresting gang members? You know they are part of a gang. You had a name, you had an ID. And yet you can't hold them. Let me tell you something. We in Trinidad are playing Alice in Wonderland. That is what we are playing. Alice in Wonderland. Now I just say, if you're in a gang and a gang come for you and you get killed, I know my business, you look for that. You could have done better with your life. You should have done better with your life. Because once you're in a gang, you never know when they'll break down your door and kill you. You never know. But we TTPS in Trinidad and Tobago, we playing Alice in Wonderland. You know what should happen? Officers who have children, until something can happen to all your children, all you wouldn't understand how the citizens of our country feeling presently. I am making a statement again. Police officers in Trinidad and Tobago who have a wife and a son and a daughter. Let me tell you something. You all will not understand the pain some parents are going through while gang members, while bullies, while those who feel they are some kind of hitman and just taking advantage of your kids. Until things then start happening to all your sons and daughters, all you wouldn't understand. Now, I'm not inciting violence, you know. That's the quickest thing they will say. He incited violence. Let me tell you something. When my son was almost kidnapped, not one officer could have find my son kidnappers. Not one of them. Side we know where to go. Side we have no lead. Side we don't know who do it. I didn't beat up, you know. I didn't beat up. I know exactly how to light my light. I know exactly what spirit to call on. And I know exactly what to do. So if you tell yourself you hit me with, oh, he's inciting violence. No, some of them should feel the damn heat. And then you would understand what the normal citizens of Trinidad and Tobago are feeling. It's the same thing with Gaspidoli. She wouldn't understand how somebody's child is being bullied in school because yours ain't been bullied. Your family one ain't been bullied. But unless something happened to them, then all you would understand. Then all you would start to suspend. Then all you go take steps. Then you go a police intervention. Then you go bring out laws. One thing I just tell you, don't come from me no nonsense and I'll put you in your place one time. One time, I'll pull you in your place. However, he stated that Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago has allotted a significant amount of effort to codify the laws to allow the law enforcement to respond to criminal conduct identifying as gang. Or listen to this.
I saw your news today and I heard the conversation this morning. This whole question about negotiating peace with criminals. Let me make my position very clear on the position of the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the position of the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. Gang warfare gang activity is criminal conduct. As a matter of fact, it is criminal conduct that spawns the identification of gang leader, gang warfare, gang peace, or gang war. The Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago understands this and has allotted significant amount of Parliament effort to codify the law, to allow the law enforcement in Trinidad and Tobago to respond to criminal conduct identified as gang activity. I refer here specifically to the anti-gang laws.
The viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to stay on this topic. You're going to hear more.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtor Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Caroni Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
So Trinidad and Tobago, the PM, he added that while police officers have the authority to speak with all citizens, negotiating with criminals is off limit. Listen to the PM.
Notwithstanding the fact that the police is required to speak to every citizen in this country if the police sees it fit, whether you are an abusing husband, a delinquent parent under the Truancy Act or otherwise, the police will speak to you and be authorized to speak to you. But what the police is not going to be authorized to do is to negotiate any abridgment of the laws of Trinidad and Tobago as it applies to any aspect of criminal conduct. And I say no more on that.
When you think that bad, listen to what he has to say again.
Criminals who take a decision for crime as a business and a way of life, two things they're not doing. One, they're not giving up any firearm in any amnesty. Two, they're not giving up any authority in the community, any rank that they would have had. And you've got to be careful that in dealing with them, you don't send the message that they have rank and they get more rank because they could talk to you. You've got to be careful with that. But I have no problem with the police talking to anybody. I said earlier on, our police service has the authority to speak to any citizen in this country. And that judgment is a judgment for the police. But when you're talking about, oh, well, this gang and that gang negotiate a peace treaty with the police, blowing whistle as a referee, that is not on.
So while the Prime Minister is saying that, Interagency Task Force Officer, Head Superintendent Roger Alexander have stated that while the police has a responsibility to speak with people of all backgrounds, their duty is not to facilitate any truce between warring gangs, So I want to ask Alexander a question. On national television, you are the superintendent or a senior superintendent. Good? Nice. The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago knows how many gangs are there in Trinidad and Tobago and knows how much members. The former Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago know of gangs, know of leaders, and know of how many gang members there are. The present Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago knows the same thing. So if these three heads of government knows the same thing, how come Senior Superintendent Roger Alexander and his team ain't hold no gang members yet? How they ain't hold no gang leaders yet? There's a law in Trinidad and Tobago. There's a gang law in Trinidad and Tobago. But all the thousands of gang members there are in Trinidad and Tobago and gangs, not one of them have been held and convicted under that gang law. Let's talk now. Everything is a talk and a talk and a talk and a talk. Talk of the town. And we're living like that. Talk of the town. No action. No action. No wonder why Trinidad and Tobago will always remain a third world country. But Imbert and them want to use first-class laws in a third world country. Let me tell you something. If Imbert and them was implementing the correct law, them themselves would be behind prison. Take what I'm telling all you. Take what I'm telling all you. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has revealed that Attorney General Regional Armour and Minister of Digital Transformation, Hazel Bacchus, would be working swiftly to bring before the cabinet laws that will deter criminal elements from committing cyber attack. I'll listen to this.
Well, we certainly need to strengthen our legislative framework. We did at an earlier time float a cybersecurity bill that, of course, whenever you put anything out in this country, the first reaction is wheelie. But now, especially as we become more and more dependent on the digital age offerings, it is a matter of urgency for us to return to prioritizing the legislation that will deal with the environment of cybernetics, if you may call it that, so that cybersecurity and a whole new suite of criminal offenses need to be identified and codified. And I expect that the Minister of Digital Transformation and the Attorney General will get that before the Cabinet as quickly as you can to ensure that we do have the deterrent effect to the extent that there is deterrence that can be had. And in the event that the population can do anything to ameliorate it, that they have the legislative authority and support for doing that. So yes, we need to have new and where it exists updated legislation to allow us to live comfortably in the digital age.
Now, viewers, his response came a little late, over a month after his personal information was part of a list of 1.2 million names leaked to the dark web following a cyber attack on the telecommunication servers of Trinidad and Tobago, TSTT. Now, in a response to his personal information being leaked, Rowley said he was advised that it was only his identification card number on his TSTT phone bill which is attached to his government phone. The PM said he was very concerned that it may have also been his banking information, but that was not the case, and that information about another member of his family was also leaked. Cyber attack is something, no matter where you do, it happens all over the world. All over the world. Moving along. Independent Senator Paul Richards has called for an investigation into whether bank employees are feeding information to criminals who are stalking people, especially the elderly, after robbing them when they leave the bank. Wait. So Paul Richards now asking this question. Now asking this question. Let me tell you something. 200 people going to the bank. You will go to the bank, buy a teller, take out X amount of dollars, walk out of the bank, only to realize somebody sticking something on you now and asking you for the exact amount of money you take out from the bank. How many times have I highlighted that issue right here on our show? How many times? Listen to this.
In the public domain, there is a disquiet in the public about persons, in many cases, a vulnerable group, the elderly, being targeted, either stalked outside of commercial banks and ATMs. In some instances, intercepted when they leave the institution or when they're about to get home and robbed, traumatizing them, which is even more disturbing for the elderly persons who have been the victims of these attacks. There's been speculation that the security of customer information regarding that customer information, if there had been breaches by the customers or of the customer's information provided to the criminals, either by internal agents in the banking institutions or breaches to the systems in the banks. And there has been a lack of clarity to me from the Bankers Association of Trinidad and Tobago and the banking institutions about those suspicions, and I stress suspicions and allegations, in the public domain.
Now, viewers, remember, I am buying US. I'm about to buy US. So those of you who have US, you want to contact me? Not a problem. I'm buying. Now, the senator further noted that there is responsibility of the banks and the Bankers Association to have transparent investigation into the allegations. Remember I raised this? I was the only one talking about it. You go to the bank, you take out $100,000, you walk out of the bank only to realize somebody coming to ask you for the exact amount of money you take out. How the hell did that person know I took out $100,000? When I started blast it now, Bankers Association come out and say now, don't blame or target our employees. So who the hell I go target? A grocery vendor? A man who's selling fish side the road I go target he? Listen to this video.
There's a responsibility of the banks and the Bankers Association to have a thorough, transparent investigation into these allegations in the public interest and of the outcomes. I believe the public has a right to know, and the banks have a responsibility to indicate if these allegations have been thoroughly investigated and the outcomes of these investigations in the public interest.
Now, viewers, Richard said there has been a lack of clarity from the Bankers Association of Trinidad and Tobago and the banking institution about these suspicious in the public domain. Who do we blame for it? If you go to the bank and take out $40,000 and a man come right up by your door glass, the maybe $40,000 you now take out, who you blaming for that? I now come from my teller, take out $40,000, a man come knocking on my glass now, give me the $40,000 you now withdraw. Who am I going by? Who am I going by? Going by a grocery attendant? I'm going by a gas station pump attendant? I'm going by a market attendant? No, I will go right back to the person. That specific teller. I'm going right back by you. You had to run and hide. Take what I'm telling you. You are the duck. Because I will find out information where you live in, who's your family, and I come in, I just lost $40,000. Nobody ain't know I take out $40,000. But a man come knocking on my glass telling me, hey, give me the $40,000 you now take out. Boy, let me tell you something. Nothing came out of that. Bankers Association said, don't blame our employees. John and I going to take out 20. Harry and I going to take out 50. A man come knocking on my glass now, telling me, hey, the 50,000 you now take out from the bank, give away it before we kill you. How the hell did he know that? How did he know that? And let me tell you something, not one bank employee have been held for incidents like this. Not one. Bankers Association protect all of them. You could get killed for your money there. Don't study them. That did ever happen to me, but so help my God, that bank teller had to run and hide. And I know I telling earlier. You had to run and hide. As God is my witness, you have to run and hide. Because nobody know how much money I come to take out beside you who give it to me. We in Trinidad, they take everything and shove it under the carpet. And how do they call it? Let's call it George. I know where George come out from, but they call it a George under the carpet. We sweeping everything. When Saieed talk, Saieed bashing. Saieed always bashing. But the thing is, if I had the bash to open all your eye and ears, I will do it. 2 minutes. So viewers, where's the correct figure? Never popped. Let me tell you something now. We in Trinidad here, we need to step up our game. We need to step up. Look, Guyana, let me tell you something. We open an investment company in Guyana soon. Guyana up in their game, you know. Right now, Guyana investing heavy on agriculture, you know. In Trinidad, we government never hear not about agriculture. In Guyana, they investing heavy in agriculture. You know why? I will tell you this. I had some talks with some hefty ministers across there. And they were like, Saieed, we found gas, yes. Our country is getting rich, yes. But when the gas or the oil runs out, what's going to happen? He said, what is happening to Trinidad and Tobago? I said, our government have no backup plan. Absolutely none. He said, Saieed, we in Guyana looked and watched what took place in Trinidad and Tobago. All the economy went down. We were the little Dubai in the Caribbean. Now, we like Haiti in the Caribbean. Like what I telling all you. Very soon we'll become a desert in the Caribbean. Trust me. Trust what I am saying. I know I telling all you. He said, we in Guyana are making investments into agriculture and into livestock. He said, we have land across here. He said, we will plant. He said, Saieed, I'll have carried land in Trinidad, I'll planting. I said, there's no incentive. There's nothing from the government in our country. He's one of the guy who he helped me got some approvals to open Real Talk Finance and Investment in Guyana. The minister is sitting and watch my show. And reached out to me. He said, Saieed, he said, you're doing a wonderful job in Trinidad. He said, but I am telling you, I am glad to have you in Guyana opening an investment company. He said, you will open eyes. He said, it will cause people to invest for a brighter future. He said, I realized you're the only man paying 4% in Trinidad and Tobago. He said, Saieed, I can't touch you. I said, not with even a candle if they light it. He watched man, he laughed. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, I am a managing director at Real Talk Group, also other companies, managing director also. I help a lot of businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago also move from strength to strength. I do spiritual work for a lot of people in Trinidad and Tobago. This is something I don't say who I do work for, but God has blessed me to do spirit work. In every country, there's people who do spiritual work. They hit me a stigma. We see voodoo man and he drinks man, but let me tell you something. People can say what I want. People can say what I want. It really do bother me. I have a job to do. I will do my job to the best of my ability. And when the good Lord said, "Side, it's time for you to come home," I will say, "Thank you, Lord, for the time I spent on earth." And that is it. So Trinidad and Tobago, I am Saieed Ali. You are doing Real Talk with Saieed Ali, presently the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. So remember, viewers, in a few days from now, we're going to be launching Real Talk Wrecking Service. You're shut down, you need something to transport goods from point A to point B. From next week, we will have a number that we will be advertising on. You could call us. So viewers, until we meet again, good night.